out. That reflection's pretty ugly. I'm doubting.
Okay, so very good. Another battle report. This time what we're going to do is we're going to play a scenario out of the Stronghold Assault. So we rolled and we got breakthrough. So basically it's kind of hammer and anvil deployment. The idea is with this I have to take fortification, which I did. So I got a defense line here with a quad gun. And there's 3 objectives that I deploy in my side. I have one right there. One is over there. And then one is back over there. It's kind of that book looking thing. And then that's my other one. So these are kind of, oh, that's a fallen right there. So the idea is I get 3 as a defender for claiming each objective. I also get 1 victory point for each unit that I kill of his. His scenario is he gets 1 victory point for each model that is in my deployment area at the end of the game, or not each model, but each unit. And then he gets D3 units for each unit that goes off the table. So has a chance to get a variable amount, which is kind of interesting because if I claim these, I got 9. You know, and then if I kill some, so with his stuff, if I kill one of his, if it's about to die, it's almost best for him to go off the table. So it'd be kind of interesting. But I'm playing my Ravenwing. I got Samuel. I got a command squad with the apothecary, the banner, and the champion. I got basically a 6-man bike unit with 2 melta-guns. I have Codiez over here and a 20-man Imperial Guard blob squad with 2 grenade launchers and 2 autocannons. I got 3 Typhoons right there. I got a Space Church. I have then another 6-man unit, same thing. And then I have a Librarian with 2 powers. He got Psychic Streak and Invisibility, and then Codia's got the 4-up invulnerable one and Prescience. And then I also have in reserve, I have a Vendetta and then a Primaris Psyker. He got the Flame template and then the Fire Shield type unit. He has the Platoon Command with 2 Flamers, and then I have 2 attack bikes, both with multi-meltas that are going to be outflanking. So that's my whole unit. Okay. So
yeah, Wraith Knight.
Okay.
With the shield and the cannon.
Okay.
Then there's 5 Wraith Guard in there with the D-scythes.
Okay.
Then I have in this one there's going to be 7 Wraith Guard with the regular, whatever the regular weapon is. And then this has the 5 Dire Avengers. They're just a stock squad.
Okay.
Farseer, Jet Bike, Mantle, and the crazy Warlord trait. Fire Prism. And then I have 3 6-man Windrider bike squadrons with 2 shrinking cannons.
Then one of them has a Warlock, it looks like?
Yes.
Okay. And so your Warlord trait is this guy that has the Mantle of the Laughing God, and then you got the Warlord trait where he rerolls 1s, saves of 1s.
Messenger. The Warlord rerolls.
So he reroll all his saving throws in general, and 1. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And then over here, I decided to make Cody as my Warlord since this dude always dies almost every game. So we'll see how that goes. Not as effective Warlord trait. This guy, I don't really use his Warlord trait that much either. So that's kind of about it. Yeah, so you're going to roll that. And we'll see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I get first turn as the defender. Interesting. Hold on. I decided not to scout move.
After a long
Yeah, long deliberation. So I'm a little worried about just being in charge range if he seized and stuff with that guy. It'd just be kind of a bad scenario. So go ahead.
It's going to matter though, because I'm going to seize the initiative.
Yeah, and I get to let you re-roll it too. But anyway.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because of Codius.
I'm in trouble.
But let's see what we got here. So nothing.
You want me to re-roll that?
No. So end of Ravenwing turn 1. So not much I could do because of it was night fighting and range and all that type of stuff. So the only thing that really did to kind of move some stuff around, that ended up moving flat out. That objective is Skyfire, which is useless. This objective is re-rolling 1s to hit. And then this objective is nothing. So biggest thing we did is I cast invisibility on this unit here. It moved up and then shot at this, did 1 wound to it. Also, by the way, in the terrain, we're going to play this as mysterious because it's all bubbly and everything. These guys, you cast prescience on itself, which is alright. I should have probably did something a little bit different, but then they were out of range. I couldn't shoot with them. I forgot about that. These guys just kind of moved up a little bit. He cast or shot at this. Didn't really do anything. I think hit, but made his cover save. He also had the, I think it's forewarning, the 4-up invulnerable save one. He cast it on this unit too, just to make sure. And that's it. So we'll go from there. Alrighty, so end of Eldar turn 1. We could see that that Xenos is moving up. So you can see these flaming wrecks here too. So basically, let's see. So all basically all the wave serpents moved up, fired their shields and everything, all at these units. Luckily, I had moved my librarian there, so the power field generator was giving them at least a 4-up invulnerable. But I still lost 2 of them. I think to one of the wave serpents. I lost another one to the Wraith Knight that fired on him. The Space Church was killed by this guy, which got, that's the MVP for his turn. Straight up wiped him out. And then this is kind of ridiculous, but these guys, which were back here, fired all the way on him, got him, and you know what I would have had is they would have had a 2-up. He would have had a 2-up save.
And you made 2 2s.
Yeah, so I didn't have.
So you took one wound.
Yeah, and I would have had 1 feel no pain. So we'll double check. But anyways, he got hit 3 times, failed 3 normal armor saves, and then made 1 feel no pain. So that was kind of ruthless. But now that I think about it, because of the distance and night fighting, and with them moving, skilled rider, the whole works, that he has a 2-up save. So that should be good. Okay, so he got first blood for that, and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, so end of Ravenwing turn 2. Not a good turn for me. So I had one of my bikes come in, attack bikes. I moved it over here, tried to shoot. I still have side armor. Couldn't really do anything on that. I moved all these guys up, cast forewarning from him, so they had a 4-up invulnerable. And then I shot it, and I did, I think, 1 or 2 wounds to it, so it's lost 3 wounds. I just tried to charge it, and I ended up losing a guy. So, not the best thing, but we'll see. These guys ended up moving up. They were in range of the banner and shot at these guys, killed one of them. He had prescience on him, shot at this guy too. I don't think he did anything. Those guys moved over, were in range of the banner, and shot at those guys, didn't do anything. He, they shot also, I think, at one of these and didn't do anything. So it's just kind of rough. I can't quite kill anything or shoot anything. So we'll see how it goes from here. Okay, so end of Eldar turn 2. It's pretty good for Eldar. So let's see. Let me try to remember what happened. So those guys had moved over a little bit, shot at these guys. There was 6 bikers there. I think killed 1 or 2. The Wave Serpent over there just moved and then moved flat out. These guys had moved and then moved flat out over there too. Actually, there should be another guy over there too, so we'll double check that. This moved up, and then those guys got out, the Spirit Seer and everything in there. Spirit Seer cast invisibility on that unit there. The Warlock had cast Doom on this guy, and then had cast something else. I can't remember, like Prescience or something on something else. But so anyways, this thing here fired. There's 4 guys left on that bike unit. Totally wiped them out. I made like almost all 1s and 2s for that save. It was ridiculous. This had fired at, I believe, this unit, killed maybe 1 or 2. This had fired, mishapped over there, didn't really do anything. Or excuse me, the fire prism. And then these guys had moved up, fired over here, I made all my saves. So that's kind of about it. In combat here, I lost 2 guys, the champion and the other dude. I threw a grenade from him. He lost a wound, and then I hit and ran out of there. So, and so that's kind of about it. That's going to be the end of the turn. Okay, so turn 3. So my Vendetta did not show up, and my other attack bike still did not show up. So it's looking rough. So what I did is I moved these guys over here, kept the banner like this. They actually fired on the 6-man Wind Rider bike squad, and Psychic Shriek did like 4 wounds by itself, and the other plasma and stuff, so wiped them all out. Got me a point. These guys here ended up shooting. They cast invisibility on him also too, on this squad here, and ended up shooting at these guys, killed with the banner and everything, killed 3 of them. They failed their break checks, so they ran back. This shot at the Wraithguard did a wound. This also fired at it too, hit, and even with fortune, it lost its final wound because it did like 3 wounds. So that's a big one. So that gave me another point. So, and then this moved over, fired on the fire prism, killed that. It failed its cover save, so it gave me 3 points. So I get points basically for killing his units. He's going to get points for just having units in my deployment, or if they go off the board, he'll get some. So we'll see how it's going now. All right, so end of Eldar turn 3. So let's see, what do we got going on here? So first of all, he had one of his bike units go off the table, so got him another point. So he has first blood and that, so he has 2 points total. These guys failed their morale check or their regroup check, so they still fell back a little bit. They snap fired over here, couldn't do anything. Those 2 Wave Serpents ended up kind of moving and then moving flat out over there. The Farseer ended up moving. He cast Doom on, which was my unit there with Samuel. I made my Deny the Witch thanks to the Librarian, and then he also cast Prescience on these guys. So that moved over. They got out. These guys moved over. So like all those are the D-Scythe ones, the Flamer templates. Ended up killing off my, had 2 Distorts, so killed off the Apothecary first, which was so that I lost Feel No Pain. And then these guys shot here, ended up with ended up killing off Samuel, and then I luckily made a bunch of saves due to the power field generator there, but and then the shield, that serpent fired on him, so he's down to 1 wound, so hung tough, which was kind of good. And then other than that, did kind of an assault move over, so that's where we got. So luckily my stuff's going to come in this turn, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so end of Ravenwing turn 4. And it just bad rolls, just not really doing anything. So this guy just moved over here to try to fire on them. Didn't even do a wound. My other bike came in there, rear armor, fired, couldn't hit, couldn't do anything. This, I believe it was the Vendetta, came in hover mode, fired on that, and then caused it's now stunned, which is decent. So these guys got out. I thought with flamers and all that type of stuff, it would do something to his warlord. Didn't. He denied the witch, by the way, on my psychic flame ability. These guys had 2 melta-guns, moved up, fired on that, couldn't do anything, and then ended up assaulting it. Had a melta-bomb in there. It stunned, and it lost another hull point due to a glance, so that's it. He cast invisibility on them also too, and you can see he joined them, by the way. So he cast prescience on this to fire. This ended up firing on the rear guy, didn't do anything. All these guys ended up firing auto cannons, the DACA gun or whatever it is, and the grenade launchers, everything did 1 glance to it, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. 1 glance to the back, or 2 glances, I don't know, something.
On the front one?
On the rear one, just one glance. Yeah. So that was pretty horrible. So, okay, we'll go from there. So, end of Eldar turn 4, and basically those units just moved over there and flamed the whole command squad and the psyker and everything, just wiped them out. These guys ended up trying to shoot at those guys. I think killed 1. The wave serpent that was there shot at him. It had a snap fire, didn't do anything. It had a snap fire too, didn't do anything there. So, and then these guys made their rally, their regroup, and so they moved over, snap fired over here, hit, and then ended up doing 1 wound on that. And so then, because I was still, that couldn't move, and I was still in base to base with it, I assaulted it again and ended up glancing it and wrecked it. So got me a point. So I have 4 points. Oh, on his turn 2, the Farseer went off the table. A Wave Serpent with Dire Avengers went off the table, and so he rolls D3 for each unit that goes off the table. So he's got 8 victory points right now, to my 4 for his stuff moving off the table. So we'll see where it goes from here. All right. Okay, so end of Ravenwing turn 5. So let's see. So this thing started here. They shot at it, didn't do anything, or made its cover save or something. I ended up assaulting it. Oh no, I killed 1, and then I assaulted him. We basically got stuck in, which is all right with me. I moved these guys over here. I was gonna shoot, but then remembered that I gotta kind of claim this objective, so I had to move flat out over here. They did cast invisibility on that unit. He cast prescience cotillas on the land speeder. Shot one of these guys, killed him. Over here, that shot into the rear of that. Did 1, like immobilized it basically. It was still alive. That shot into one of those guys, killed 1 of them. And then over here was the big debate on what to do, but I ended up shooting over here and ended up wrecking that. So I got 2 more points, I believe, or I got one more point, I know for sure. So I have 5 points right now just from killing stuff. He has 8 points so far. I control this, which would give me 3 points, and I control that, which would give me 3 points. So I'd have a total of 11. We'll see kind of where... Well, and if I get Line Breaker, I would have one here, so that would give me 12. He would have Line Breaker and a unit on there, and another unit on, so that's 3, so that's 11. So if he kills this unit here basically off, then I think he wins, right? I think that's it. Or it's a tie. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Okay. Alright, so this is to see if the turn ends, if the game ends. So
it does.
It does. Okay, so I think that we are tied. So let's go over what happened. Last thing I forgot that he had a Spirit Seer with him. So that actually counted as another unit to get across. So he just basically moved those guys up. Those guys turned around. They fired, killed that guy over there. So he had 8 from before. And then now he gets Line Breaker. So he's got 9. He gets 1 for each unit that's over there. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 12 total. Right? Okay. So my go is I control this objective over here. So I get 3. I control this objective over here. So I get another 3. So that's 6. I do have Line Breaker, which makes me 7, and then I had 5 total, so
totally tied.
12. So
We totally tied. I can't believe it.
What a crazy game that was!
Is that true though?
Yeah. So
all you get points for is killing
your guys and the objectives. Yeah. That was super close. So, interesting, fun game. You know, I think that it was a good change, and being able to get off the board and stuff, especially with these 2 units that were really fast. I didn't think I was doing really well at the start of it, and I just had, I think, 1 or 2 lucky turns. But it also helped that some of your stuff went off the board. You know, because then you didn't have as much stuff shooting at me and things like that.
Well,
you know?
now I'm wishing I would have sent more off the board.
Yeah, if you could have sent something else off the board too.
Like if you wouldn't have wasted all my wave serpents right there.
Yeah, I got super lucky, stunned them.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't stunned, those guys could have went off the board and easily that would have won. That would have probably been the game for sure. Because they would have went off, they would have got points. I wouldn't have gotten points for killing them, and then you for sure would have won. So, thank God for stunned wave serpents.
It's a good scenario.
Yeah, super fun. So, tied game, and that's it.